Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. As well, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we have the energy for the underlying energy for the reading is in the tarot is the Six of Wands. And I've been just doing a quick 5-minute or so meditation on the cards that I pull up for the underlying energy, just so that I can maybe get a better understanding of what this main theme of the reading is. So this is talking about a victory. Yes. So we're talking about she's riding on her horse and looking very, very proud. And this is representing the element of fire. And the wands are made of wood because the wood fuels the fire, and it's about taking passionate action. So she has clearly been the leader, the winner here. That's what this card is saying. And she has done so because she's learned to rein her emotions in and really stay very controlled. She can really handle the pressure. And the people in the background, some of them look a little bit disgruntled because maybe they also wanted to win this battle or this competition, whatever it is. But they are admitting that, hey, she is definitely a leader, and she did deserve to win. And look how proud she looks. It's one of my favorite cards. Then we have the Strength card, and this is talking about having integrity. So this is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. This dragon is from Egypt. And this is talking about having the strength to really take a good look at yourself and, be willing to do the inner work that you need to do to heal some aspects of yourself so that you can move forward in as strong a way as you can and be in your integrity. Integrity doesn't just mean like doing the right thing. It also means being integrated, so that everything's working well together. In the tarot, the Strength card, it is a young woman reaching into a lion's mouth. And it's just, she's got an infinity symbol above her head, and it's showing that she wants to reach her infinite potential, and she's willing to face her fears to do so. All right, so we have the first card out is the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And this is talking about actually 3 wheels coming together, the past, the present, and the future, all coming together in synchronicity. Now is the moment. Yay. Well, we're off to a good start. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So it's getting ready to move energy forward. This is actually 3 wheels, the past, the present, and the future. And on one of them are the Hebrew letters for the name of God, which happens to be Tetragrammaton. And Tetragrammaton is a sacred geometric symbol showing equalization of all forces as well as divine order. So God's world is a very orderly world. And this is the energy we're moving into. You're on God's plan. Things are working out the way they should. The wheel is spinning in your favor. Your fortune is going to, if it's like already we have victory here over something. So we're already on a roll. And then this is talking about, the Four of Swords is talking about taking time to rest. And this is about meditation and prayer, and also training your mind to be quiet when you want to have some peace of mind. And he's laid the sword down here to rest here, and he has hung these 3 swords on the wall. And I feel like these swords are talking about your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. The subconscious mind is formed by the time you're about 6 or 7. And it's the thoughts that you have, heavily imprinted on you well into your adulthood. And but when you really think about it, how much do you remember of your childhood? And especially when you were a baby, do you remember anything at all? So this energy is talking about that. That really the thoughts that are in our subconscious mind are provided from the environment that we were in when we, were being raised by the people we were raised by, and their thoughts, their culture, their religion, the food they eat. A lot of that is heavily imprinted on us and stays with us well into our adulthood. Then we have the unconscious mind, and that is the spiritual nature. So the spiritual needs that we have. And a lot of people will say, yes, I am a human being with a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body. And that's your vehicle for navigating Earth. So if the soul's needs are not being met, the unconscious mind will start arguing with the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is when you have total recall of what you just did. You're very conscious of it. You have memory of it. You can relate it to other people. So these three, if they're hung on the wall and they're quiet, if you can get these three to work together, then through meditation and prayer, then you're going to be able to really feel what's in your heart. What's your authentic desires? Then if you could plug your mind, it's all working together, and you plug that into your authentic desires, that's when you're really going to have some pretty amazing results. And then we have the Chariot. So this is saying you're on your destined path, and that, this is looking really good with the victory and whatever this is. I feel like this energy is talking about, the Chariot. When you're on the Chariot, it means that you are on your destined path. And the Chariot is like a tank. It's just like, toom, 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 toom. Just runs over any obstacles that get in the way. There's no reins needed. It knows where it's going. You notice in the background here, we have a city. And so this is talking sometimes about leaving the city in tarot quite often is saying you have to leave your comfort zone and move forward. This card sometimes can say you're wanting to travel, or maybe you're getting a new vehicle. Sometimes this can even be the energy of law and order, like the police coming in to make arrests because of the black and whites. In the old days they called the police cars the black and whites, and they would dress the people that were in prison in, the uniform was black and white horizontal striped uniforms. And that, if you see that is a very, that type of black and white stripes in particular, horizontal like that, it weakens energy. It just, when you look at it, it breaks the energy up, and it's hard for people to feel it makes the person look weaker than they are. And when you have vertical stripes, we see that in the soccer, I don't know what you call them, referees or umpires. I'm not sure. I'm not a big soccer fan. I shouldn't even say that with what's going on now. But this is talking about, or pinstripe suits, vertical stripes. It makes you want to just stand up and be stronger and taller, because they're vertical, and that is really strong energy. So that's kind of an interesting way to show it here for you, how energy feels. Just think about that. Look at something that's horizontally striped, and then look at something that's vertically striped, and see if you notice a different energy in your body when the sensations that run through your body when you look at it. You might be surprised at how different they are. And then we have this energy of this is talking about being left out in the cold. But sometimes, and I feel like in this case it might be, I'm not sure as of yet, but this is sometimes talking about just wanting to isolate yourself. Right now, as I'm doing this reading, we just moved, Mercury just went into retrograde. And sometimes people kind of want to go they just want to go inward a little bit. And it's a good time to do so, because when Mercury's in retrograde, so just be aware, until July 23rd, Mercury's in retrograde. So it's going to be causing a lot of problems with communication possibly and technology, that sort of thing. And so a lot of people are on holidays in the summer too. So if you're going to have a retrograde, why not have it while everybody's on holidays? Because then you're not really going to get behind. You can push through a Mercury retrograde and, really push hard on something. But generally it's more work. When people aren't, when half the workforce is on holidays, it can make it really difficult to get any energy done. But if this sometimes can also be the tactics of others that have put you into a situation where you're not able to really work, or it's your career reputation, there's been a blight on it. This can talk about tactics being used to put you in that type of a position. I mean, 5 of Pentacles is only half of what is available in the tarot. 10 is the most. And this is talking about, 5 between 2 people, not even enough to sustain a household. So, this one's on crutches, and he's got a plague bell around his neck. In the old days, they didn't have apps to isolate you in plague times. Instead, they would use a bell. And it would be a big bell, and they would force you to wear it so that every time you came in town, everybody could hear you, and then they could run and get out of your way, which kind of made it very, very challenging to be able to work and also to even get groceries, And this person doesn't even have shoes on. They are passing by a church, though, so they could go in the church and get respite. And maybe they do, because look at this. We have this here. I mean, this is beforehand, but maybe they do this on a regular basis. And then we have this energy here of the 6 of Pentacles. Pentacles in tarot are health, wealth, and happiness. And, this energy is talking about, of course, money as well, because you have to have money to do well in the 3D for sure these days. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So it's talking about more than just money. It's talking about lifestyle. Pentacles represent the element of earth and earthly matters. And this card is, it's talking about, you've sowed your seeds and you have a harvest. So this is really good. And enough even to give to charity. So that's awesome. But this card is talking about the give and take and learning the give and take in life. It's talking about how much time, money, and energy are you willing to invest in someone else or in a project or whatever it is you're working on. Now, he's decided to give charity to this person, which is very kind of him. And he's working on his spiritual bank account, which is in the end more important than the physical one. And then we have the scales of justice over this person. Now, he's not giving this person any money because this person, he already has something in his back pocket here. So this is a grifter. This is someone that wants to pretend he doesn't have money because he doesn't want to risk his own. So he wants to risk this guy's money instead, or invest it in something, that isn't useful. So the scales of justice are out because this person is using their discernment to be able to know, okay, I'm not, who to give to, who not to, and how you want to carry yourself. Sometimes this energy can talk about breadcrumbing energy. It can talk about someone not receiving what they should be receiving. So we'll keep an eye on that in the reading. We have the King of Cups coming in. The King of Cups is talking about an energy of love. This is saying, the cups in tarot represent love. This is the King of Cups would be he's one of 4 kings from the Minor Arcana. And this cup of love, he is the most steady. Like if he offers a cup of love, usually you can count on him. He's given it thought. It's not a, impulsive thing. He is most traditional of all of the kings. And he's the one that would be most emotionally available. And this is because he has learned how to control his emotions. When this card comes out, it can be saying, you need to control your emotions. You need to keep them in check to become a leader like this and discipline your mind. So this is a reading it's talking a lot about being in your integrity and being as strong as you can be because you have a good grip on your emotions and you have a disciplined mind. So you're able to come to strong action. You can take strong action because with more ease when you're in that position. Now the king, he wants to offer this cup of love, and he does have his right foot forward. So that's saying he's ready to get up and deliver it. But he's hanging back and waiting. He's sitting in the middle of all of this rough water. And rough water in tarot represents, like conflicted emotions. It's talking about chaos maybe at the time. It can be talking about, mixed emotions, dark emotions. And so he recognizes that this is not the right time to present his cup of love, because he's emotionally intelligent and he knows, okay, this person, the person he wants to give the cup of love to is not in the mood for love, is I think what he's thinking. But sometimes, it doesn't have to be romantic love. Sometimes the cup of love can be, just given, like, this can sometimes represent your paternal bloodline. So that your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, sometimes it can also represent uncles and male cousins, and brothers. So, so this could be representing that as well. And sometimes the cups of love can represent something you love to do or be. So it could be a cup being given to you so that you can accomplish a goal. And, we'll keep going and we'll see here. We have the Emperor coming out. The Emperor and the King have been coming out together in my readings a lot. I can shuffle away and they still show up together. And they were like, I hadn't seen the Emperor for quite some time here. And all of a sudden, this is in the last 4 or 5 days. So sometimes the readings kind of are the same. It's part 2, part 3, part 4 of a reading sometimes. When I'm doing a general collective reading, there could be many stories in one reading. And so the energy sometimes isn't done for some of the readings. And so I feel like that's why it's coming up like this. These two are coming out together. They were about a month ago too. And then all of a sudden I didn't see them again. So, but the Emperor, when the Emperor shows up, it's talking about high level performance. He is wearing his armor underneath his robe, and he is ready at a moment's notice. This is really alpha male energy. He's ready to grab onto opportunities. And if he has to fight for something, he will. But this is really, really alpha male energy. So most beta males won't approach him because they know that he'll clean their clock. And he's wise. He doesn't fight for no reason, he's not someone that you approach to waste his time. And so whatever career or whatever he's doing, he would be at the top of that. He would be at the top of his field. And maybe he is working with the King of Cups, or it could be this could be, here for another reason. They might not be working together. But what this could be saying, this is definitely an authority figure, and it's sitting on this chariot. So there might be something to do with that and this energy of being left out in the cold. The King of Cups could just be totally separate sitting here. And although this could be, if this is representing your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, it could be about maybe some pentacles missing, and that's why you're in this feeling left out in the cold energy. So we're going to keep going and see what happens. Oh, dang it. We have the 10 of Swords. So this card has been coming up a lot in the readings again, and I hadn't seen it for a while, but it really came up at the beginning of the year in January. And a big part of that was because we moved from 2025, which is a 9-year, 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. So that's the end of a cycle. And this is like the end and the beginning of something. And so this is not a pleasant card. The swords represent someone's thoughts being in your back. And so you're laying here on the ground and this is like, someone stabbing you in the back 10 times to keep you in this position, to leave you there and hope that you're unalived. And or that you'll do that, that you won't get back up. And so this can sometimes represent a decade of energy. 2025 was not just when we moved from 2025 into 2026. That wasn't just moving from one year to the other. And a lot of people did notice a change right away. You know, sometimes you can't tell the difference, but 2026 there was a lot going on at the beginning of the year. And this energy, you know, it was about not just leaving a year, but leaving a decade of energy, because this is a brand new cycle. Like it's 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's a 1 card, bottom line, broken down. And so this is good. The thing about this is this card can sometimes, it is representing a cycle coming to an end and a new beginning. We have the light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes this card is saying that there's a blessing in disguise, because the Hierophant, which is responsible for bringing justice down to the third dimension, from the spiritual realm, he has his right hand in the form of a blessing like this as well. And so it's saying if you're on the right, if you're on the right side of the law, then this is going to, when the justice comes through, it's going to be a blessing. If you're on the wrong side of the law, you're going to have to deal with what you've done. Basically, you've been caught. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles coming in. 10 of Pentacles is woohoo, the golden buzzer of tarot. So this is talking about, you know, remember this, the Pentacles are about lifestyle. So this is living a really luxurious lifestyle, like a happy lifestyle. And you have all the money you need. You know, you have the person you love and they love you and you love them, and you have the children and the pets, and you have time to visit with your neighbors. And sometimes this card can even be talking about an unexpected windfall of some sort coming in. It's kind of like, you know, if you watch the talent shows, when the golden buzzer, when one of the judges hits that buzzer, then that person doesn't have to, they go straight to the finals, right? So it's that type of energy. You get to go straight to the finals. And you know, it's talking like, so it can be an unknown inheritance, or sometimes it could even represent like winning a lottery, or maybe you have an investment and it pays off way, way more than you thought it was going to be. It's that type of energy. And then we have 8 wands coming through. So this is saying something has been launched. There's 8, this is 8 arrows, passionate action coming towards you. Now, sitting on this energy here with this sabotage here, I feel like this could be talking about 8 different people who are directing this passionate action against you. Because this is not like someone sort of kind of doesn't like you. This is a collaborated like effort. And this would be the reason why. If there's some sort of knowledge out there that this is coming your way, and people want to stop you from being able to get it, then that could be why. So let's keep going. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in with a big pentacle here. So the Knight of Pentacles is bringing some communication, some information in about pentacles. And this has taken a long time to get here. The Knight of Pentacles, his horse, look at, is literally at a standstill. And he takes forever to show up with the information sometimes, and it's frustrating, and you're like, just get here with the information already. I need to know what's going on. But when he does show up, he has done his research, and that's what this is saying. You may need to look into something, do your research as best you can. This is about lifestyle, it's about finances, it's about real estate. So it could be, you know, all of those things kind of, but this is the Knight of Pentacles. When he shows up, he has done his research, and it's usually like a solid offer coming towards you. And this has been launched. And I feel like maybe this energy here, and because look at the wands in the background here. So this could be that you won some sort of legal battle. And you may know about it or not know about it. I'm not sure, because it's kind of weird that you wouldn't know about it. But I'm just getting that it's like if this is a windfall, it's something you weren't expecting. And, you know, that energy, we'll keep going and we'll see. Okay, and we have disappointment after love. Interesting. Now that is sitting between these two and also being left out in the cold. Was this a false cup of love? That wouldn't normally be. I feel like this is something that was left to you by on the paternal side of your family. And it was meant to be given to you. And it wasn't for some reason. So that would explain maybe what this is. There's some energy here of that, because we have 3 cups here, and we have, you know, in a romantic relationship, this would sometimes represent, you know, a couple and a 3rd cup representing a 3rd party energy. Sometimes there could even be a baby was conceived out of, not between these two, but between these two. And this can sometimes represent conception of a baby as well as launching a project. This can also, like I'm just picking up intuitively what's happening here. This could also represent for some an energy of someone that you gave 3 chances to. And this could be a romantic partner, it could be a business partner, a friend, family, it could be, you know, someone on your paternal bloodline by the looks of things. And they let you down 3 times, and now they're asking for a 4th chance to come towards you, and you're like, no way, I have had enough. I'm done. And sometimes this could represent an energy of you were trying to maybe launch something and it was unsuccessful, no matter, you know, and maybe that's the energy. And now maybe you're finding out why it wasn't successful, or maybe it was more successful than you know, and you just weren't the one that was receiving the funds from it. There's something going on here. And it unfortunately it feels like it's someone in your internal circle. Like it's someone you know, I feel. Like, or hired, or, you know, something like in your peer group. It's something like that. This energy is like sometimes giving 3 different people, or trying to attempt this 3 times, and the universe is saying, give it one more go. And you're like, no, it's too disappointing. And the universe says, no, like this time it's going to work, because the king, the king could be, this could be an ancestor on the other side that is like pushing this energy like from across the veil. And the emperor could be someone that's in charge of bringing this justice in from this energy. They don't necessarily have to know each other. And this, because the King of Cups is rarely someone, but it is someone that would be in a traditional marriage. And if you got divorced or something, this could represent an energy of an old, like of an ex that maybe was hiding some money or something like that. I'm just reading a bunch of different scenarios, so just take whatever comes to you. Like if it doesn't make sense to you, you don't want it to make sense in this, like in this position. And then we have, okay, so the Emperor is my way or the highway. This is like the Emperor is like he wants to get down to, okay, what's going on here? I feel this is the authority figure that's responsible for bringing this energy in. And, this card is representing someone that is leaking energy a bit. The energy is like the left foot and the right foot are both turned out. And this represents, leaking energy from the base chakra. This is like a lack of focus a little bit. And then on the top, we have this energy of the protecting the heart. And also the right arm is holding the left arm back. And the right arm is your logic. The left arm would be your intuition. So this is saying that for to get to a creative solution of any kind, you need to apply, the swords are double-edged. You need to apply your intuition as well as your logic. I feel like, I feel like this is like it's true that this could be this or that, my way or the highway. But I feel like this energy is more like, that's how the emperor is, like, that's the energy he's in. Like, we're looking at this properly. And this is you not wanting to look at it properly. Like just, it's too painful. Like, it's like you can just see the disappointment here. So this could have been something like, when the information comes in, it could be like, I just don't want to believe this. I don't, and the blindfold is on and not wanting to see it. And, not wanting to deal with it, basically. That's the energy. So you need to use your intuition and your logic together to have creative solutions to problems. And you need to take the blindfold off and look at the problem clearly. And so sometimes the blindfold can just be representing that you need to go inward and use your third eye. But I feel like this is more like when this information comes in, it's kind of like, on one side, it's really good, but on the other side, it's very painful because it's like not information that you wanted to hear. Okay, and then we have this, because I feel like this card tends to come out with the full moon, and this is a card of celebration, but I don't feel this is like, it's not my favorite card. These three are toasting each other, but they really aren't. They're toasting something that happened. An event that happened, something that happened. And I feel like the energy, this could be a third party energy that was involved in that situation where there might have been a third party that caused you a lot of the heartache. And unfortunately, this could be a close friend or something like that. It quite often turns out to be in the reading when this shows up. The reason I don't like this is because they're toasting something, but no one's looking at each other. It's not like they're happy for anyone. They're happy that you're sitting here like this. That's more of the energy. And maybe you found out more of the details of something and you're like, whoa, it was too much. This energy, like in many cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look the person in the eye, then they'll freak out on you, because a lot of cultures have this superstition that it causes 7 years bad luck in your romantic love life. And not just yours, but theirs too. And so they'll be, look me in the eye. They'll get mad at you if you don't. And so I just feel like this card is quite often, it's talking about this energy of, this disappointment here. We'll keep going and see. We've got a passionate page coming in. So the page is coming in, and I feel like this is like, this is again information being delivered. The pages are younger. They would work for the king and queen within the court walls, basically, usually around the age of 7 to 14. And this is sometimes significant in the readings because it gives you an idea of what age group we're working with, or gives us some idea of who this might be. So the Page of Wands is one of 4 of the pages. And as I said, they would work very young, because back then the lifespan was half of what it is now. It would be a real coup. He has a feather in his cap. He's dressed in this finery. This would be a better job than most people would get, to work within the palace, be educated. And it could be a lifelong job. And when they were 21, if they were still there, they might even be considered for knighthood. And so he's delivering information, communication. And the wands, remember, are about passionate action. So this could be the cup of love that's also coming in from the king here. Or this could be, it could be both, but the emperor being very passionate about getting this done. And, I feel like there may have been an investigation launched or whatever. This is an authority figure that's like wanting to know what's going on here. Like, what happened to this person? Like, it's that type of energy. So this is, this can be someone coming towards you with a cup of love that's being passionate. It could represent, and it could be someone that, it doesn't, like, it could be someone that you knew back when you were in elementary school, high school, or just starting college, you know, or starting to get into the workforce. That might give you an idea who it might be, you know, like that energy or the time frame, what was going on back then. And so, you know, from about 7 to about 21 years of age. And sometimes it can also represent someone that you know from that time. And it can also represent maybe it's been 7 years or 14 years or 21 years since you've seen someone. So it just gives you kind of an idea. The thing about the Page of Wands is he's really admiring his wand here. You can see that. He's looking up to it. So when he comes in with information, a good part of the time, think of a young guy under the age of 21, getting ready to explore the world and everything it has to offer. He quite often is thinking with this little head, not his big head. And when he brings information in, sometimes it can be a little bit scrambled. So you have to, it's not like the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles energy coming in. This you need to do some of your fact checking, that type of energy. We have from the bottom going to the top and back down, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. This huge windfall is coming in. It's already been launched. There's some energy of other people celebrating too soon because they thought you weren't going to get back up. And now word is out, hey, you got back up, you know. So you have some people that are really happy you got back up, and then you've got some people that are not really happy you got back up. And this is talking about maybe some communication is now coming from the king because he's like, okay, they you know, it's time. And this is, I feel like, the energy of the Emperor. He is 100% like, we're getting it. Like he's in the mood to find out what the heck happened here to this pentacle. This is, I feel he's passionate about getting that done. Now, sometimes if a king comes in, it can be talking, it could be the Emperor's energy. He's in the energy of the King of Cups, and he's doing this because this is someone that loves you and is also an authority figure, or it can represent someone that is, you know, like this king could be a separate person, or this could be your paternal bloodline. So you'll have to take it how it is. And this is talking about what happened to the pentacles. Well, someone was breadcrumbing them. There's a scale of justice here. Someone was like, you know, using tactics to get their hands on it. I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification, and I will use my cards from my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. I started this in 2007 and 2020. All 64 paintings were finally finished. And I have a website, talesfromthevector.com. In the gallery, these are the paintings, how they're numbered in the gallery, if you want to take a look at them. Look at that, we got the Emperor here twice. So we've already talked about what this is. We have destruction coming in here. So someone's trying to stop God's plan. Well, that's not going to work out, but they're using tactics. So this is confirming that we do have someone that was, there was some energy behind the scene that was wanting you to get out of the way so that they could get this instead. We have the Hangman, and the Hangman is hanging from the Tree of Knowledge, and this is talking about he hangs there upside down because he wants to gain perspective and see things from all angles before making a choice. This card has been coming up a lot also in the last while, and I feel that's Mercury in retrograde showing up right here. Sometimes it feels like the energy is stuck, and if you're waiting for information like the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles has been showing up a lot lately too, more, you know, with that energy, like, man, get here already. And then we have the Cancer energy. This card quite often will come out. We do have a full moon energy still sitting with us. The full moon is in Capricorn, and it's about your career, your reputation, and your public life. And how is that compared to your home life, which is the Cancer, and Cancer is also ruled by the moon. So this is an extra emotional full moon. Be careful with the energy. We're still in it. The energy is can be a little volatile because we have Cancer is opposing Capricorn in the horoscope wheel, and those two energies are like kind of, it's like the home life as opposed to the public life, and vice versa. If there's some discrepancy in it, it can cause friction. And then we have like Mercury in retrograde, where communication, like a lot of times it could be like someone says something to you and you take it wrong, or you say something to someone and they take it wrong, and then it escalates into something that it doesn't need to, but people are just being really emotional. So a lot of the cards coming up right now are rein in your emotions, pull your emotions in, pull it together, be like the Emperor as well. He doesn't get up to fight with anyone unless he absolutely needs to. And generally it doesn't happen, because that's he's an alpha male. The beta males are afraid of him. So this is talking about that. I just want to point out, when horoscope signs come up in my readings that are collective, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energy of the sign and the state of being. So every sign has its strengths and weaknesses, and all of us have a little bit of every sign in our chart. So if you get your chart done, you would know what house that is in, and it would have that heaviest influence in that house. So we can learn a lot from the other signs. And we can, they're all good at something and they're all kind of have a weakness for some things as well. And so we can learn from their mistakes, and we can also learn from their success. We have the Emperor here showing up again, and it definitely is talking. The Emperor wants to know what's with this breadcrumbing energy. Who's this, and what's this, and what's this? It's that kind of energy. And I can feel him being a little bit impatient. And then we have this energy of Virgo. So this is talking about, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury's retrograde. So this has been coming up in the readings a lot as well. This is talking about analytical critique as opposed to anal criticism. So watch your words. If you want analytical critique, it's very helpful. It can be, you can really figure out how you can do things better. But if it starts slipping into crossing that fine line into anal critique or anal criticism, then it's not so helpful. And Virgo energy has a tendency to be that way with themselves. And so sometimes that energy isn't appreciated that much. But part of that as well, I feel, is because of this energy of in the horoscope right now, with Mercury being retrograde. And then we have jealousy. I'd rather be better than bitter. Yeah, you don't want to be jealous of other people's paths and try and destroy God's plan. It usually doesn't work out so good. You have to have a pretty big ego to think, I'm smarter than God. Okay. And so, but unfortunately, this can talk about jealousy and sibling rivalry. And that's why this energy could be really challenging for you here. You didn't want to, it was too much. You need to go back and do a little bit of inner work again to be in that space. And we have reckless abandon is discipline of the mind. Again, it's warning, don't get all emotional and get yourself all worked up and, do anything rash or anything like that. It's not a great time to be impulsive and emotional. It can really, because people are volatile and you don't know how people are going to react. So just stay calm, anticipate a strong future for the Fool. Be optimistic, the Page of Wands. He's happy most of the time, He's like, he wakes up in the morning, I love my day, I love my life. I mean, he's really enjoying the fact that he's able to explore the world. And so that's a good energy to end the reading on, to anticipate the journey ahead. I feel like, wherever you happen to be in this reading, if it's the past, the present, or the future, know that there is going to be, victory. This is the underlying energy, and you need to stay in your integrity, and you need to be able to be strong at this time. There's going to be, like, this is not easy energy, whether it's good news or bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very intense energy, and you can feel it in the air. All right, I do hope that you have enjoyed this, and that you have that it's been empowered you in some way. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, and I really, really am honored when you do subscribe. It really is helping me to build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I will be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.